Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. In today's video, we're going to dive deep and talk about the main reasons why your chickens are not laying eggs, and we're also going to talk about how to fix these problems. So why isn't your chickens laying eggs? This is a question many people start to ask, and today we're diving into the top most common reasons your hens might stop laying eggs, and also most importantly is how you can fix it as well in simple, easy, proven, tried and tested ways. Let's get started. Now, the first and most common reason that your chicken is not laying eggs is because of stress. It's actually one of the top reasons your chicken will stop laying eggs. Let's look at the most common stressors, starting with top one, which is predator attacks. So for example, if a raccoon, if a fox, or even a neighborhood dog or cat attempts to breach your coop, it can actually traumatize your hens. Even if the predator doesn't succeed, the fear alone can halt egg production for weeks or even months. So what should you do here to fix this problem? Strengthen your coop, use hardware cloth instead of chicken wire, and secure all entry points, and consider installing motion activated lights or alarms to deter predators. Number two, stress is environmental changes. Now, something as simple as rearranging the coop, moving to a new location, or even introducing a new set of chickens or new birds to the flocks can really unsettle your hens. So the key here is to keep changes gradual, give your chickens time to adapt. If you are thinking of adding new chickens or new set of birds, quarantine them first and integrate them slowly into the flock. Another thing that can stress them out is extreme temperatures, because sudden temperature swings, whether it is too hot or too cold, can actually disrupt laying. So in summer, provide shaded areas and plenty of water. In winter, you can use insulating material like straw or hay in the coop and ensure proper ventilation without drafts. Have you ever noticed any sudden changes around your coop? Share your experiences in the comments below. I'd love to help you troubleshoot your flock's stress triggers. The other reason why your chickens may stop laying eggs is simply because of their age. So the chickens have their peak laying years, hence are most productive during their first 2 years, with egg production gradually declining after that. By the time they reach between the age of 5 to 7, egg laying may stop altogether. So here's how to fix it. Add younger hens to the flock annually. This will help to maintain consistent egg production. Now, this is not always the best solution, considered people have different spaces, different investments, and different ways that they can handle this. But this is actually a really good way. So you can look at breeds like Rhode Island Reds or Leghorns, because these are known for high egg production. In the next week, I'll make a special video talking about specific breeds to focus on if you are looking for more, breeds that lay eggs consistently. Another reason because they are not laying eggs is because the signs of aging hens. Now, aging hens may develop paler combs or slower movement, which can actually be a strong indicator of a decline in productivity. So the fix here is, while older hens may not lay frequently, they may still play an important role in the flock by mentoring younger birds and keeping the peck order stable. So how old are your hens? Drop in the ages in the comments below and let's compare our hens. The third reason why they may stop laying eggs is simply because of either an injury or an illness. So look out for signs of sickness. Look out for symptoms like ruffled feathers, lethargy, fatigue, droopy wings, cloudy eyes. All of these actually indicate anything from either a respiratory infection or internal parasites. The key here is to quarantine the sick birds immediately, consult a vet if you have the option for treatment, and regularly clean the coop and feeders to prevent any sort of illness. You can even give them just a little slices of chili in between their food as well. That would really help to boost their immune system. Another reason is because of their common injuries. Now, foot injuries like Bumblefoot, these can occur if the hens land improperly from perches or they walk on sharp objects. So the key is to keep perches at a safe height, inspect the coop floor for hazards, apply first aid to minor injuries, and monitor healing as well. So have you ever treated a sick or injured hen? Share your tips with the community below. Now another really common reason is, believe it or not, hidden eggs. Now, why do hens start to hide their eggs? And this is something that has happened with us personally as well. For a couple of days, we noticed that a specific hen was not laying, or it seemed like she wasn't laying, but really she was laying, but she was hiding her eggs. Now, hens naturally seek secluded spots to lay their eggs, especially when they feel the nesting boxes are too exposed, or they may be unclean as well. So the fix here is to regularly check behind the feeders, under bushes, and in secluded corners of the coop, or run for hidden eggs. Now we also noticed that the eggs were hiding, or she hid them, and she was laying eggs at the back of the house. There was a space in between the fence and the actual physical house that was really tight, secure place, and she was actually laying eggs in there, and we had to relocate her. And it's really important to train the hens to use nesting boxes, so you can place fake eggs or golf balls in the nesting boxes. This really helps to guide the hens. You can keep the boxes clean and filled with fresh bedding, and you can limit access to outdoor spaces in the early morning when most hens start to lay eggs. So what's the strangest place you found a hidden egg? Let's hear your funny stories in the comments below. So another reason is simply Broody hen. So what is Broody hen, or Broodiness in general? So Broody hen's hormones tell her to sit on the eggs and hatch them even if the eggs are not fertilized. She may puff up, cluck defensively, and refuse to leave the nesting box. We haven't encountered that before, but that's something really interesting as I was researching. So the fix here is to remove the eggs frequently to really discourage that behavior or that habit. If you find that the hen is starting to get stubborn, just carefully and gently isolate her in a separate pen without nesting boxes for a few days. Alternatively, something that's a bit more gentle is to let her sit if it doesn't disrupt the flocks, because broodiness typically lasts about 21 days. Don't let your broody hens hatch chicks, or what are the most common reasons why your chickens are not laying eggs. In the next video, we're going to do a part 2 as well. There are other reasons, so stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and have a great day. Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. In today's video, we're going to talk about the top reasons why your hen may not be laying eggs. Now, this is part 2. If you haven't yet watched part 1, it will be linked in the description box below this video. In this video, we're going to complete it with the 4 remaining reasons as to why your chicken may not be laying eggs. And these are the most common tried and tested ways, or tried and tested reasons as to why your hen is not laying. Now, the number 1 reason is poor nutrition. Believe it or not, it's really easy to underfeed your chickens. Now, it's important for us to understand, what does a chicken have to eat in order to produce eggs? It needs 3 components: protein, calcium, and vitamins and minerals. Starting with protein, it's actually really important and vital for egg production. So make sure you feed your hens a quality layer feed with 16 to 20% protein. I usually feed her cans of tuna, as well as even the eggshells as well. You can crush them up and put them in with some leftover cooked rice. Absolutely amazing, and they really enjoy to have that as well. And that falls under number 2, which is calcium. Now, ensure strong eggshells. Supplement with either crushed eggshells, oyster shells as well, ground the eggshells, you can actually bake them and then ground them into a fine powder. Really good for the chickens. Number 3 is vitamins and minerals. So ensure that they get omega-3s. I do that through even giving them some leftover salmon, or canned salmon or tuna. Probiotics, also magnesium, and they can have that as well through a feed or treats like black solid or fly larvae, for example. Now, for example, here, in terms of the poor nutrition reason, it could even be because of the seasonal adjustments, because we're changing into seasons. So during molting or during winter time, please go ahead and increase protein intake. This will really help them to maintain their energy levels as well. So when is your hens? The second reason is a lack of water. So why water matters for chickens? Chickens need constant access to fresh water in order to stay hydrated and in order to produce eggs. Even a few hours without water can really stop egg production, and you can start to see the chicken. She feels really lethargic, really tired. I remember a couple of days ago we had plus 38 here in Melbourne, and it was absolutely horrific for the chickens. They were not themselves. They were really lethargic, really tired, even though we had some water on the side, but I felt like they were just not drinking enough. Now, another thing is that when it comes to the winter challenges, one of the biggest mistakes is that during the colder months, when the water is freezing, the fix here is to use heated waterers or shallow dishes that are easy to refill and dump in their ice form. Now, this is a problem if you are raising chicken in an area where there is ice and there is snow. I haven't had that in personal experience, because here in Australia it does not snow. So how do you keep water from freezing in the winter time? Share your tips for others dealing with cold climates. Another reason is simply molting. So what do you expect when it comes to molting? So molting usually occurs in late summer to early fall. This is when the hens are shedding their old feathers in order to grow new ones, and this process is really energy intensive, so it consumes a lot of energy from the hens, and in turn they stop laying eggs during this phase. So what can we do in order to help them during this phase? We support them, we increase their protein in their diet to really help with feather regrowth, and we avoid unnecessary handling during molting, because hens become more sensitive during this time, which is late summer to early fall. So have you seen molting chicken for the first time? Did it surprise you? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, another really common reason is daylight savings. So why does it matter? Now, hens, they need between 14 to 50 hours of light daily for their reproductive cycle. Shorter days in fall and winter, it basically signals them to conserve energy instead of laying eggs. So it's really difficult for them. The solution here is to offer lighting solutions. So you can install a timer controlled light in the coop to extend the daylight hours. You can also avoid bright or harsh lighting. You can use soft warm light to help in mimicking natural sunlight, and you can also research the pros and cons of supplementing lighting in order to ensure that you make the right choice for both your flock as well as your wallet. So do you supplement lighting during the winter? Why or why not? Let's discuss as well. Now that you know the reasons why your chickens are not laying eggs, as well as the solutions on how to fix it or how to work with it, what is your next step? If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and don't forget to check out more videos on chicken care advice I'll share with you as I learn along the way. Take care and have a great day.